Gemini, welcome to your Gemini season reading. This is the first month of your year. So here at the Astroflower, we believe that the year starts on your birthday. Yes, it starts on the 1st of January in administrative and legal sort of calendars. But here at the Astroflower, we work on a different type of rhythm. So this is where you're moving into your new year. The 2 months before your birthday, you should have been looking back and seeing what has worked and what hasn't worked. So then going forward, you know how to put things into action to get what you want and leave behind what you don't want anymore in your life. And that's both on your emotional as much as on your material side of life. So we're going to be doing a reading for the next sort of 4 weeks. Happy birthday to all you Geminis. Yes, just have a look at your flower. Let's just bring that up here. Obviously, you're a mutable sign, mutable air, but you are what we call one of 4 false signs. You have more fire in you than you do air. The thing is, it's difficult to bring that fire to the surface. When it does come to the surface, you are on fire. You quite literally, you are, it's great. When it's not coming to the surface, it's a lot of sort of fire inside yourself that needs to be released more than anything else. That's the sort of the overall aspect of it all. But you have this cardinal energy, which is on your financial side, which you can see here on this sort of side, where that fire and emotions really come together. And that gives that whole idea of wanting to stick to a plan of action, that, you know, having that process of knowing of doing 1, 2, 3 equals gets you to 4 sort of scenario within your life. And on your relationship side, you get those fixed energies of earth and fire. So yes, a really warm hearth. You have a lovely heart within you, Gemini. But you tend to give it away to everybody else, and you know, sometimes you don't get the returns. Let's put it that way. And sometimes you can be nice for your own, you know, to your own detriment. You know, you're too nice sometimes. But you know, in relationships, it's certainly having things that are very consistent, physically and passionately within your life. Okay, so we've got the cards out now. Let's just see what's going on for you in this coming month. Should be a good month where things really do start kicking in. Here we have with the overall energies, karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influence from the universe, influence from past self, influence from future self, and general outcome. Okay. Excuse me. Let's just see what's going on with the overall energies here. We all go through difficulties in life, and you know, someone keeps repeating that phrase to me, which is God chooses his strongest souls in for the most arduous of journeys. And I think you've got to recognize the good and bad in everything. And although good and bad doesn't exist, it doesn't actually exist, but the constructive and destructive, let's put it that way, within you and within the world around you. And recognizing it is going to make you stronger. Yeah, it's going to make you a lot more intelligent as well. There's certain things that you can do, and I think the energies is trying to bring this into your life as you go into your new year, of not trying to get involved in conflicts or situations in this coming year, not to get involved in situations that can be easily avoided by preempting the situation. That's what's coming out of it. And knowing what is negative for you and what is positive for you, or what is constructive and destructive for you, is really important. On your karmic path for this Gemini season, it's all about you. It's pulling it into you. It's getting things started. It's connecting with that person. It's phoning them up, asking them out to the cinema, or go for a meal, or roller skating, or whatever it is. Yeah, it's allowing those ideas to be converted into reality. It seems to be a going theme for you, I think, quite a lot at the moment. It's really, sometimes the ideas can be flamboyant and completely out of this world. But, I think it would be fun or encouraging to try and manifest that within your life. And this is where, you're putting into action these sort of notions. You're putting into action the ideas of the realization of what happened in the past year and what you want in the future year. And putting it into realization is a bit of a learning curve. And so you're learning a lot about it. With your connection with the universe, the universal energy, this is trying to encourage you out of your shell. And this is what I'm talking about, sort of phone the person up, ask them out and everything like that. Yeah, the moment you start stepping forth and sure about yourself, about exploring or bringing into reality the ideas that you might have had within you, I think you're almost guaranteed a good result. So, even if you say, like, let's say, like, I asked someone to say, I've had my eye on someone for some time, if I was looking for someone, I ain't, but, if I was looking for someone, I've had my eye on someone and I'm kind of going, that'd be really nice. And then you sort of invite that person out and they sort of say, well, I'm going to a party or going to a barbecue. And so you go along to the barbecue with that person. But actually, you meet another person at that barbecue and kind of going, actually, you know what? This is the person for me. That sort of thing. I don't think, all I'm trying to sort of say here is no matter how you step forward here, if you realize what is destructive and what is creative to you, if you realize that, I don't think you're going to go far wrong. And I think the universe is trying to encourage you to kind of go, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Come on. Life is to be lived. That's all it is. There's nothing to win in life, but there's nothing to lose. And that's that whole sort of thing. And I think that's what the universe is trying to get towards, get you into sort of into your life. What's your past into your future? I think you've carried a lot. I think you might have certain regrets about situations in the past which have weighed heavy upon you. Yeah, and it's making you. It's in the past. I think you've hesitated a lot, and sometimes you see a sign that comes in about a relationship, about another person, and you kind of sort of say, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? Was that a sign? And now I think it's sort of saying that you've got to be different to that. You've got to go gun-ho. Go gun-ho, Gemini. I guarantee you'd enjoy yourself. You really will. Yeah, sometimes things are not going to go exactly to plan, but life is not perfect. Life is not perfect. And if it was, it'd be very boring. So here's your future self. How's that egging you on? A new sensation of knowing this is right. And it's feeling it, when I do a lot of healing, and when I'm telling people, I explain a lot about yes and no, and that no is not a bad thing at all. It can be used in a very, very positive way, as long as it's absolutely clear with you when you should say no and when you should say yes. The reasons why we say yes and no should really be a secondary thought rather than a primary thought. Because some things are sent there for us to understand in life and test us. So I think it's really important at the same time to say yes to something that when you say, why am I saying yes to it? You're saying that this could be actually quite difficult for me. It may well be. But then maybe that's what we need to learn. And that's what this whole sort of thing here is all about. It's, being very, very clear about your path. A whole new cycle, Capricorn card here. So you get all the elements coming into your life. In the future, you have, you're going into a new way of being. This is, or I think you should be going into a new way of being, a new approach to relationships and love and stuff like that. And I think you've got to take everything into account rather than only certain aspects into account. In your in your energy here, you've only got that fixed earth and fixed fire, and then you've got the fixed earth and fixed fire that goes through there as well on your relationship side. And so you're only getting fire and earth there. And this is where I think you need to allow other things, more sort of intellectual sort of things and more sort of emotionally driven things into your life. I think you should allow your emotions to drive a little bit the destination in this new paradigm that you're going into. I think it will serve you really well. I know it's not really your sort of thing, but I think you should, it will serve you incredibly well. What's the general outcome for this month? You're creating something new by combining a lot of different aspects of life. And I think that's what that water and air is all about in this relationship side that needs to happen. You're nurturing a future. You've now got 2 sevens on the dial there. That's all about revelation. It's revealing to you what you want to be nurturing going forward in your relationships into this whole new paradigm. You're going to realize that sometimes, I don't know if you've ever grown tomatoes, but sometimes you get a tomato and the tomato plant by the leaf stem. You can sometimes get flowers that grow there later on after the flowers that are growing on the top. And you really want to break them off. It's called the greed, in the French, they call it the greedy stem. And it will take a lot of the juice and power away from your main tomatoes. And that's what you've got to understand about life. And that's what that yes and no is all about, I think, more than anything else. Okay, let's just see so in the outcome of this is you're gonna realize how to apply yourself in life, how to nurture your joy and happiness, and that is what is going to create that whole new world for you. On your financial side, let's have a look what's going on the karmic path. Happiness after difficulty. I get like a 10 of cups scenario here, or a 9 of cups scenario, where on your karmic path you should be opening up to the idea of there is a change. I've been talking about there's a change that you need to have made in your career, business, your projects, or what you're doing in the way of the connection with the world. And finally, I think you're starting to see that there's good results coming through. The hangman, seeing things differently. Okay, so this is what I'm saying here. I think there is happiness after difficulty that's coming through, and it's now in this month here. It's within your karmic path to recognize that change, that creative change within your life that's happening, and within your financial side, as you've taken on a whole new direction, a new episode to go down. Let's just see what's going on in the connection from the universe. It's bringing in a lot of luck for you. I think it's if you do look at things differently and you head towards the creative side, and this is where you're going to be playing smart with the 7 of swords. It's gonna bring in a lot in for you. There's some things. I think this is where it's going to confirm it. What it's doing is it's confirming, as I said, there should have been a change of direction within your life in the past 6 months, financially or career or stuff like that, and taking on a new pathway. And it's now the opportunities. I think the universe is sort of saying here is sort of saying seize it now or stick on your path and don't go anywhere. Um, Otherwise, if you're making those changes in your life, it's helping you to realize that that old world is dead, done, and dusted with, and you don't need to go back to it because that's the difficulty of the past. And I think the universe is literally taking it away from you by opening up and providing a lot more for you, a lot more positive stuff or creative stuff going forward. Let's just see what the past has done for you. It's 5 of cups. I'm getting like a wilted flower, as if like, you have a beautiful plant in the garden and it flowers absolutely gorgeous. The bees love it. It's absolutely fantastic. And that has come to an end. It's a bit like like a sunflower that's finally laden with all its seeds, and there's the understanding for the future, and it's sort of like pointing down. Yeah, you're sort of, it's revealing, your past is revealing to you what is worked and what hasn't worked, and that's what that last 2 months was all, is what I was talking about. There seems to have been a lot of choices that you should have been making over the past few months, that you have really changed your course or your direction in life. How is it going to play out in the future, this change of direction? It's very interesting. It's not going to be quiet. It's going to be very productive in certain areas, and certain other areas are going to be, not that it's difficult, but you're going to start realizing that all best plans have holes in them. That's the sort of thing I'm getting here. Yeah, you're planning for your future. It's all about planting the seeds for your future, and not every single seed is going to bear fruit, I think, like anything. But do not concentrate on that. Concentrate on the plants that are bearing the fruit. And I think this is where it's helping you. Your karmic path is helping you to see things differently as you go forward. And it's really going to open up into a whole new world, because Knight of Pentacles and the world on both of your futures, it is a whole new paradigm that you're going into in a really, really beautiful way. This divine love that seems to be on this side here, you should have been really engaged in it in a really, really lovely way. And it does bode well for the future of you having a lot more control over your future. Let's see what the general outcome is for this month of Gemini. I get like a rhythm, like it's like you're dancing to a rhythm, not dancing to a rhythm, but walking to a rhythm, and it's perpetually going forward. It's a choice. You're becoming a leader in your own destiny. This is what I'm saying, taking control about your destiny in regards to your finances and your business. Yeah, it may have been a difficult choice, and I think it's been in the past as well. And now I think from your choices, you're starting to see, you will start to realize the good results that come through, because all of a sudden you are becoming the leader in your own pathway. And I think others are starting to recognize that, or will start to recognize that within you. It's quite a solid first month here. Just looking across all the decks here, it's a real, a real fine detail to life for you at the moment, and it's helping you to recognize a lot of things. In the overall energies, the Seven of Swords, you get the Hierophant card here. Playing smart is sticking to the steps that you need to take in order to get to the dreams and the aspirations of your life, the ultimate joy of where you should be in your life. And this is where you've preempting things, and you're so very good at that. Preempting things is going to be really important. You're going to start playing to your strengths. And on your relationship side here, it's all about the good ideas of the past that you're going to bring forward into your life. It's helping you to bring the ideas into reality here. And there's obviously knowing all the good stuff that you've learned on your journey so far in regards to relationships and so forth is going to sort of bear fruit for you by the looks of things. Yeah, we get the Two of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. No matter what you choose, as I say, I think it's always going to work for you. So if you're finding yourself with someone who, you just can't resist, that is like a divine person with you, I would make that choice and make that move. Make that choice and make that move. Yeah, I think you've been observing a lot, as I said. You accepted a lot from the outside world, but the strength you're taking away is a clarity of your heart and a new love that's coming into your life. And it's because of what you've done in the past is going to open that door. And this is this whole new world you're going into with a divine love. And it could be a renewing of your love with the person that you're already with. Most definitely. But whatever it is, it's a whole new chapter in life for you in regards to love. And then you get the judgment card as well in your future with the well card. This is an ascension moment. And I think we've seen it already in your weekly reading last week. And by the way, you will be having a weekly reading coming out tomorrow on Sunday. So I will see you here for that. But for the whole month, this is a real stepping into your life fully and experiencing every aspect of your life. Here we go with the Seven of Pentacles. This is this nurturing your future. This is, are you holding on to something too tightly? It could well be. I don't think so. There's nothing else to really sort of suggest that within here. I get more of a sort of situation where it comes back to that idea of knowing when to say no and yes. You don't need to know why at the beginning. You just need to know whether you need to say yes or no. And to know that, and this is where I teach a lot of the people that come and see me for healings or come to my workshops, knowing that sensation within your body rather than within your mind is really important. And you have that capacity within you. You have that fire that is within you to feel that. And when you can feel it, sometimes you don't even need to know why you're saying no to someone. But it will be beneficial because you're in line with who you are in line with. Yes, Hangman with the Devil card. Sorry, I had that Capricorn card that was really talking to. It's about the fine details. Don't allow your past to pull you backwards. Start looking at things in a different way. Start recognizing why you've made this shift in your life. Recognizing why you're doing one thing, and not just financially. It's also to do with how it sits right with you emotionally, morally, righteously, spiritually in a way. And keeping your eye on the finer details, and just don't get distracted by things that take you off your pathway. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Recognize what's dead, done, and dusted with. The past is the past. Leave it behind. Now you've made this intuitive change within your life. It's going to bring in a lot of happiness into your life. It's going to make you incredibly happy. And that's because you intelligently, you should be following the steps that are just taking you towards your happiness. Your happiness is something that's over a long period of time that's filled up with lots of little joys. If you concentrate on the little joys, your happiness will be guaranteed. And that's where, you're the Devil card of paying attention to the finer details, I think is really important. With the Two of Pentacles, you get the King of Pentacles. You got the Knight of Pentacles that you're moving into. So in order to get that, you must recognize in the past what didn't work and what did work. And now the changes that you've made is going to bring forth your knowledge, your understanding, your sitting in your power, because you are taking control over your own destiny here. You're really sort of like stepping into your power in regards to where you want to be. And that's where you're going to plant your seeds for the future. So you will love your life. You will fall in love with life because you've made that shift within your energies, within your expectations, within your direction. And because of that shift, you have really stepped into owning your destination. Really, really. And that's when it's going to be really fulfilling to you. And as I said, I think it's going to bring a lot of things to the surface here that you may not have seen. The success. This is why you need to look at the finer detail, and you need to see things differently and the longer term plan more than anything else, which you're very good at doing. But being this type of leader in your own sort of destiny is something that you're not used to being out front in the lights, as it were. And I think this is what's gradually happening, is you're becoming a lot more a leader in your own life, in the direction that you're taking. People are going to recognize it, and you're going to be standing out in comparison to people that are around you. So yeah, There you go, Gemini. Happy birthday to you and your birthday season. Either I'll see you over on Somatic TV, our channel all about energy, or I'll see you here for the weekly readings tomorrow. Yes, in the meantime, thank you for all the support you give to this channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers that we had last week as well. Yes, you know, all the support you give by commenting, sharing, liking, you know, obviously subscribing, whichever way you see fit, be absolutely beautiful. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.